Well, I love Christmas, and it's almost Christmas time. I love everything about Christmas. I love the sounds of Christmas. I love the tastes of Christmas. I love the decorations. But one thing that I love maybe the most about Christmas are the carols of Christmas, the songs that we sing. I've been singing them since I was just a little boy. And there are many of them that I love, and I'll talk about some of them today. But the one that I want to mention today is maybe the most popular Christmas song, and it's called Silent Night. Now, Silent Night is just a little over 200 years old, and it was written by a young priest. He was only 26 years old when he wrote it, and he was in Austria, Oberndorf, or Austria, and it was his first church, and he was so excited about the Christmas Eve service. They always had a midnight mass on Christmas Eve. And so he was so excited, especially about the music. So he went up that day and he began to work on the music, and the organ would not make a sound. And he tried and he tried. He crawled behind it. He did everything he could think of to try to fix it, but not one sound. So he thought, what am I going to do? We won't have any music. We won't have the song, the music for tonight. And so as he prayed about it, he actually did. He literally got down on his knees and prayed and said, God, what can we do? I want this to be a special night. This is my first Christmas to celebrate with these people as their priest. And as he was praying, the thought came to his mind of a poem that he had written 2 years earlier when he was just 24 years old. And it was a poem that he wrote actually at Christmas time, and it was called Stille Nacht, Heilige Nacht, which of course means silent night, holy night in the German language. And so he dug through his papers and he pulled that out, and he looked at it. He said, this is perfect. This will be perfect. But he was not a composer. He didn't have any music for it. But there was a man named Franz Gruber who lived in the neighboring town, and he was only 31 years old. He was a school teacher, and he played a guitar. And so he rushed over to his house about 8 o'clock that night. 4 hours before the service was to start. And he rushed in and he said, could you put this poem to music? And Franz Gruber looked at it and he began to kind of think about it. He said, well, maybe so. He said, I already a melody has come into my mind. And so Joseph Moore left. And about 2 hours later, just 10 o'clock, just 2 hours before the service was to start, he came over and he said, I have a song. I have the tune. And he had his guitar. Of course, there was no organ, no piano or anything. So he just played it on his guitar. And it was the tune that we know as Silent Night. And the choir members came, and in less than an hour, he worked with them, taught them some harmony parts, and at midnight that night, 1818, Christmas Eve, they sang the song, Silent Night, Holy Night, all is calm, all is bright. Round yon virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. And it was an instant hit, and they sang it every Christmas in the years that followed. And the truth is, Christians all across the world have been singing Silent Night, Holy Night for the last 200 years. One of my favorite songs, and it certainly catches the spirit of this season.